If we have started with project manager NQF level 5, occupational health and safety NQF level 5, and bookkeeping NQF level 5.
Okay. Why these three?
We've started with the first three because we've looked at the courses that are in demand, the courses that are having critical skills in this day and age. We are at the age where we're encouraging people to start their own businesses. We are launching the Training Institute school on the 21st of July here in Thulamahashe at MPT Combined School. For those that are not familiar with Thulamahashe, it's just less than a kilometer away from the mall. Mainly because of we have been previously disadvantaged with the access to quality educations or your FETs. When I matriculated in 2004, some of my friends went to as far as Cape Town to go and do N1 in electrical, of which today when I think about it, it's absurd. You can't be going so far.
You can't be traveling that far to go and do
that kind
some
of a qualification.
Yeah.
Then I figured at that time we had only Enhlazen, and it was not really functional properly during that time.
Didn't have that many courses.
If it had the courses that right now it's having, it could have prevented a lot of young people going to the likes of Gauteng and other provinces to go and do something that is just here. So we thought, let us bring something of quality here at home and start where people will appreciate. And because there's been
All right, let me get my questions ready. But the wave's okay there, bro. All right, there we on Peace of Mind podcast. We out here sitting with the managing director of AR Business Consulting and Training Institute, Mr. Ngomani. Welcome to Peace of Mind podcast. Ifukile minjani. And by the way, this is our first time. This is our first time hosting you here.
Yeah, I think this is my first time. No, it's not really the first time. On
Peace of Mind podcast.
It's the first time. Yeah.
No, it's not. I think in your capacity as the managing director, it's your first. Yeah. But we've had you. Remember?
Platform conversation with Nsako, but that was not on Peace of Mind. That's what I'm saying. It was on conversation with Nsako.
Yes, yes. So let's say maybe for those who don't know this side of you, can you just a little bit of introduction about who you are, where you come from, and your other ventures as well.
Okay. For those that don't know me, I'm just a simple guy. I'm the managing director for AR Business Consulting and Training Institute. Apart from that, there's other things that I also have interest on. I'm also the director or co-director of Bushbuckridge TV. And I've also quite worked in some other non-profit organizations that we were doing and we are still doing. By profession, I'm an industrial engineer. I love education. I love advancing myself and adding more knowledge in myself. Pretty much that's who I am. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, probably those who have seen you, probably have seen you doing some ads where in most of them you were talking about business development services, which is what you've been doing a lot more. Now can you take us on that, the background of your company as well? Because initially, like I said, a lot of people got to know you through business development.
A lot of people, yes, got to know me because of business development, but that was just a certain portion of AR Business Consulting and Training Institute. AR Business Consulting and Training Institute has got 3 legs in it. Has got, or maybe let me just say, has got 3 business units, which is business development, training, and project execution. But like any other company, when you start, you have to start somewhere. Which for us, or let me just say fortunate, not unfortunate, we had to start somewhere, and of which business development was one leg that we started with. But then there were also other legs, which is training and project execution, that we knew we are going to get into in the later stage of our our company when we grow and expand. Yeah.
Okay, now let's go to this training department. When was it established, and what is the objective of it?
Yeah. In terms of it being established, I would say it was established pretty much the same year when the other business development was established. But in terms of growth, the development grew faster than training, and I knew that that was purely what was going to happen because of the requirements for us to set up a training. We needed to comply with certain bodies of authority for us to can say right now we are accredited training service provider. But they both started in the same time, but in terms of growth, while business development was maybe at 60%, we're still sitting at 5% on training part. Yeah.
I hear you speak of accreditation. What do you exactly mean by that?
By accreditation, I mean for each and every training service provider, for them to be able to offer certain qualifications, they need to have an association or be registered with a certain council or certain body of authority that gives them the authority to convey those qualifications.
Right.
Of which, in our side, we started with QCTO, which is our main accreditation body of authority for our occupational qualifications.
Okay. And this QCTO thing, how does it work? Does just anybody just go there and
People who don't really know what QCTO is, what QCTO stands for, and who gets to be accredited with QCTO. So can you take us on that one as well?
QCTO stands for Quality Council of Trades and Occupation. I'll give an example about Council of Higher Education and Department of Higher Education. They offer qualifications that does not deal with trades or too much practicals on them. Like, for example, our old API schools, which dealt with trades, it's part of FETs. So when we go QC2O, we're talking about the old FETs. So for people who are not really gifted academically on the theory part of the qualifications, QCTO, that is the council that deals with qualifications that combines theory, practical, and work experience.
Okay.
All in one.
All
So
right.
that once people are qualified, they are able to work on their own without not getting a job or a formal job. So they can be able to start their own businesses, like start their own mechanic workshop without not relying on the government.
Oh, okay. And then what about this SACA? What is SACA? Is it SACA or SACA?
SACA is, when you're not closer that Q,
You wanna call it a SCA?
It's also another standard of qualification accreditations.
Sure.
So they develop the qualifications, and it has got something to do with the quality part of the education that needs to be converted to that. So there's a set standards that each and every qualifications are measured on. So that's why we call it a SAQA ID. Meaning, if you have a diploma in marketing, it has got its own SAQA ID that is relevant to it, that they've measured it also on. Those SAQA ID numbers, they constitute of other the unit SAQA ID numbers under it.
Okay, now I'm getting lost, but I hope the viewers will kind of figure it out as we go on. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's talk about your company. Which courses are you currently accredited for?
For now, we have started with Project Manager NQF Level 5, Occupational Health and Safety NQF Level 5, and Bookkeeping NQF Level 5.
Okay. Why these three?
We've started with the first three because we've looked at the courses that are in demand, the courses that are having critical skills in this day and age. We are at the age where we're encouraging people to start their own businesses. And for you to start your own businesses, if you can't really have a basic of the finances, you cannot really grow your business. I was talking to some other people that I was doing entrepreneurship training and said, if I were to go back to school, I would do accounting as
a major subject.
Because
Yeah.
I find out in my business now I need accounting more than ever for me to grow my business. So hence we looked at which critical qualifications are they relevant in this day and age that will assist these learners to be able to get jobs more easier.
Sure.
And this qualification needs to be in demand, of
Sure.
which that's where bookkeeping, OHS and project manager came in handy. And most of those three courses, their skills are transferable. They can work in all industries.
Okay.
There's no industry that does not have a bookkeeper. There's no industry that does not have an OHS officer. There's no industry that does not have a project manager. If you did project management, you can work at a hospital. You can work in the manufacturing industry. You can work in an accounting corporate. You can work at a bank. So these qualifications are not limited to any industry.
Okay.
Unlike our traditional courses that you can only work in a certain department.
Okay.
That's why we chose them.
All right. And then let's talk of the duration. If someone is to register or someone is registered for any of the three courses that you mentioned, how long are they going to spend in class and how long are they going to spend, let's say, maybe doing practical work?
The minimum amount of time that they need to spend in class, let me just say the maximum is 2 years.
All
but some other learners can do it within a year and 18 months.
Okay.
So it ranges between a year, 18 months and 2 years, depending on how fast can a learner cover most of the work. Because we've got your knowledge modules, we've got your practical modules, we've got your work experience modules. So you cannot do it in less than a year, even if you are that fast. Hence, in most of the qualifications, we can tell you that a minimum time spent on this qualification it's so much. So minimum it's a year, maximum is 2 years.
So if you're not submitting your assignments on time, it will take you close
can
to 2
take
years.
you close to 2 years or even more than 2 years because you'll even fail. You can even still fail after submitting.
Sure.
So, but if you are doing your work in time, your portfolio of evidence, it's okay. Your summative assessment, it's fine. Your formative assessment is fine. You can do it pretty much between 12 months to 18 months.
Okay. And then now let's talk about the launch. I hear that there's going to be a launch on a specific certain day at a specific location. What's going to be happening on that day?
We are launching the Training Institute school on the 21st of July here in Thulamahashe at MPT Combined School. For those that are not familiar with Thulamahashe, it's just less than a kilometer away from the mall when you're going to Role. On your first short left, you will be going to MPT Combined School. That is where we will be launching. And that is where we'll be doing our contact classes. Okay. Then online classes, definitely we have our own MIS system platform that will be conducting those.
Okay. And then in terms of enrollment, how's the enrollment? And maybe to also add this question, what have been some of the challenges that you've come across since getting this accreditation and prior to the launch?
I think in terms of the enrollment, we are not. It took me by surprise in terms of how people received it. Those that have started training institutes before, they will tell you if you have more than 20 group on your first cohort, that is a full-blown college.
Mhm.
So we are quite pleased with the turnout so far, but we are not closing for those that still wants to join us, because we are left with pretty much a week and few days, so they can still come. So the turnout has been really amazing, but we are still shouting to say, please come and enroll, because we are only starting the classes on the 22nd. The challenges that we have faced, it's most of our young people, they don't really want to have solid qualifications. They wanna they want ready-made kind of qualifications, things that or soft skills, things that they can do a day, 2 weeks, max a week, or if it's that much long, 3 weeks, and of which this is a main major qualification. You can't do it it's not a short course. So, but we are looking into also assisting them, where we give them short courses that will give them skills and knowledge to go and be employable wherever they want to go to.
Mm-mm. And then let's say maybe in terms of the shortfalls, what do you think maybe are some of the things that now prior to the launch you feel like as the director or the managing director you feel like maybe you could have done differently?
I think in terms of reaching out to the masses, I should have done it a long time, and made had a clearly communication plan in terms of reaching out to the people, because I feel like people in our surrounding places, like the likes of Lubukanis and whatnot, they really don't know about us. But I should have done it better, where I visit these neighboring villages, so that they are aware that we are there, not by just doing social media only, but to go there in person and have promotions there and talk to the people down there in the ground. That I feel like I should have done it properly, and add some more engagement in terms of the marketing part.
Okay. Now let's talk about the issue of location. Someone might say, why here, not Cape Town? Why here and not Pretoria? And yeah, what would your answer be to someone who's asking you, why did you pick to come and do this institution in a place like Thulamahashe, for example?
Mainly because of we have been previously disadvantaged with the access to quality educations, or your FETs. In When I matriculated in 2004, some of my friends went to as far as Cape Town to go and do N1 in electrical, of which today, when I think about it, it's absurd. You can't be going so far.
You can't be
to
traveling
go and
that far to
do
go and
that
do
kind of
some.
a qualification.
Yeah.
Then I figured at that time we had only Enhlazen, and it was not really functional properly that during that time.
They didn't
So
have that many courses. I'm
if
sure.
it had the courses that right now it's having, it could have prevented a lot of young people going to the likes of Gauteng and other provinces to go and do something that is just here. So we thought, let us bring something of quality here at home and start where people will appreciate. And because there's been a lot of young people who wanted to really study further, but because of finances, they can barely cover the tuition fee. How about the accommodation if you're going to another province and your parents are not working? So that is one of the things that made us to say, let's bring it back here in our province, so that they can touch the lives of those that really need it the most.
I think you're also touching into my next question, because I wanted to touch on the impact that these three courses or this institution is going to have on the community of Bushbuckridge as a whole. And then again, maybe let's also look at the location thing or the site thing, where you have three branches.
Yes.
What is next for the other two branches that currently are not going to be having a class where people are going to be attending it?
The next thing that we're going to be having in all our branches, we also going to be having the Training Institute branch, where people will be doing contact classes on those nearby branches, to avoid a person coming from Econ to come and attend the contact class in Thulamahashe. Meanwhile, they can attend their own classes there next to the branch. Just to look at that, we are going to look at that and also expand from the one that we have here in Thulamahashe. We're not limited to having those contact sessions in the nearby branches.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, launch day. The launch day.
Yes.
Who can come, who mustn't come, because you find that there's a list.
No.
Are people supposed to make reservations, or they'll just be walk-ins? Which number do they call?
Yeah.
And how are they supposed to come wearing, what time, and all those things?
Everybody is invited. We're not closing out to anybody. One thing I like about business, it does not have personal vendettas. So whoever who wants to come, we are calling out to South Africa as a whole to say, come when we do our launch.
Yes.
You don't really necessarily have to do RSVP, but if you want, you can do it in 072-651-6187. But everybody else is welcome. You can come just wearing comfortable. You don't have to be wearing formal. As long as you're comfortable in your own skin, then you are welcome to come.
Is it off? Let's try with this one. Okay. I think we're almost about to conclude. I think maybe if I can ask maybe one last small question is that since now you have accredited for 3 courses, which other courses can we expect you to offer maybe in the near future?
We are looking at extra 20 courses, but let me just touch base on 2 or 3. We are in Mpumalanga, of which is the tourism hub of South Africa. So we're looking at bringing in a tourism officer as a course so that people can be equipped to go and work in their nearby lodges.
Okay.
Because we can't run away from that. Because in Mpumalanga or in Bushbuckridge, the only places which can allow or harbor our learners, it's the Kruger National Park tourism places. So that also is in the pipeline. And also we're going to look at data science, which is one of the main courses in 2025 that people needs to start working on. We'll also look at the digital